Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee, Paper, Scissors. I am going to be working on I'm going to turn my light on a little bit. So working on this, Colleen had put a cover over it and like a folio type thing over it as kind of an extra little, I don't know, journal cover. So I thought I would make one. I will link her video that inspired me on the how to make it. So there was the video that she shows it on the journal, but then there's also a video of how she made hers, and she was inspired by somebody else. And you know how sometimes you watch and you're like, oh, what did they do? And then you start on your own with what you have and it kind of comes out. So I'm not going to say mine's exactly like Colleen's, but it's mostly like Colleen's. Different papers. The papers that I'm going to be using are from the Newsworthy Paper Pack Paper Studio. So that's where the papers are coming from. Before I do this, I wanted to show you. So yesterday I went to visit my friend Donna, and Donna's the one that got me into doing paper crafting. And so I had seen a video where this girl had used her scraps and junked up her scraps real good, and then she would make things to embellish her journals from the scraps. So this is the paper pack that I've been using for my Pocket Wednesday papers. For the most part, I mean, I'm using a lot of these. I have so many scraps, you guys, in here. So that's not good, right? So I was like, let's use some of my scraps. It didn't touch them, of course. So we ended up taking little bits of paper, if you can see kind of up close. There's just little bits of scrap. And of course, they didn't go together at all. And then we grunged it up real good and stamped over the top. So it looks kind of cool. Well, then this video that I watched, I don't even know if I'm recording. I think I'm recording. Oh, I see it going. My holder is covering up the timer. Anyway, she would take hers and cut hers up and do special things with it. I had gotten these stamps recently, and I decided to stamp on the back side. And then I turn it over. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Definitely they need a focal point. So hopefully I will come back and play with this to try and make something out of it. But we had fun gluing stuff down and chatting, so that's good, right? Anyway, so that's what I did yesterday. It was kind of an incomplete project, but a project nonetheless. All right, so I do not think Colleen double-sided or doubled hers up, and so definitely not necessary. I just thought that I would, because why not? I started tearing up a big old paper bag, and I thought I'll just make it really thick. So they're kind of the same size for the most part. I tore them, so, you know, it's not precise. And this is going to be the back side, the side that you would see, the outside of the journal cover. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this one down, okay? The size of this is about 11.5 by 9.5. And then I tore this just a little bit smaller. So we're going to glue it down. Let me see. I think I'm going to use this glue. And then I'll get to the sides. Donna likes to tease me about my craft room. Donna's craft room is amazing. She's been doing this kind of thing for a long time. One sort of crafting or another. Painting, paper crafting, that sort of, I mean, just, and she sews and that sort of thing. So she has a little bit of everything, and she's willing to try anything. She's not afraid, you know. She's going to say, oh, that's cool. Let me get the stuff to figure that out, you know. So she's got a little bit of everything. I'm looking for my bone folder so that I can really get that spread down. And I'm sure it's in my pile to one side or the other. There it is. Anyway, when I first started doing this, I was like, well, I don't need all of that. I'll just get some stuff and use it. And so then, you know, you start making journals and you realize it's a lot harder. I mean, oh my goodness, it is so hard to make a journal when you don't have anything to put in it. Duh, right? Make sure you guys are in. Okay, so that's going to be the outside. So then this one will be the inside that you will kind of see. I'm going to go ahead and glue them together. And I inked all the way around both sides because they're not perfect. And so I knew you would see both sides. So I did plenty of inking. Anyway, so she teases me because as I've done more and more, of course, I accumulate more and more because it just kind of makes it easier if you've got lace to put in your lace journal, you know, so you need lace. Anyway, she teases me. So yeah, her room is amazing. I said, you should let me make a video of your room. I think people would love to see it because, you know, she doesn't make videos. And she's like, oh, I don't know. I remember when I first, you know, saw her room, I had no idea. I wasn't watching any YouTube videos or anything like that. So I had no idea people even had rooms like that. I just had no idea, you know. And I'm sure that, you know, I'm not the only one. People come new to the craft all the time. And I'm sure at first they're like, are you kidding me? And then they're like me and I go, yeah, of course you need all that stuff. Have you tried to make a journal without any of it? I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't need everything. It just makes it easier. Paper's kind of important. So, all right, so that's good and down. So then there are these long kind of pockets that go across the bottom. To start, I am going to, this is not a pocket. This is just decorative paper, you know, to cover the brown paper bag. So let's get that down. I better make sure that I'm right side up. That would have made me really mad. So when Donna and I were doing this project yesterday of gluing everything down and then getting finished with it, we're both like, what are we going to do with it now? Because it doesn't necessarily go with something. So a lot of people make, you know, a lot of something, you know, they'll just make a bunch of tags or something like that. And I want to do that, but then when I do, they sit there because I don't know what to put them in. And so that's kind of what we came across yesterday was, oh, that was fun, but now what? I don't know. Okay, so there's that. And so then now pockets. So I tore a strip here. I hope it fits. I didn't check, you guys. So barely is going to cover that. I was kind of eyeballing it going, yeah, it'll be good enough. All right. All right, so let's glue this to the paper. You know, I realized I just did something I didn't mean to do, but that's all right. It'll be fine. There's like a little flip out, but I'll just glue it on the top. So yeah, when you're doing this and you're just kind of guessing, make sure you guess well, because I barely had enough to cover. Otherwise you would have been seeing the brown paper bag on the underside or something. I guess I could have torn this smaller, but it would have just messed everything up. So this is going to be a big pocket. And then this is going to be a big pocket. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So I'm gluing it down so that it is an actual pocket. If you want, you could glue it down just here and here and leave it so that whatever tags you put in could go all the way down. They could be longer tags, but I'm gluing mine as a pocket. I'm gonna keep using the same glue because my art glitter glue might be stopped up and I don't want to mess with it right now. This one's the Eileen's, come on Eileen, I don't know how to say her name. The quick dry tacky glue is what's in that one. So I just want it barely covering that paper. Let's see how I did. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's not grabbing down real quick. And then once we fold it, I might poke glue down in there. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. So I haven't made one yet, so I don't know really the best way. Okay, let's get this one glued down. I keep my glue in a little thing. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh yeah, it would have, no, it wouldn't have. I meant to put it on here. Anyway. Let's see. Thank you guys for commiserating with me about my dishwasher stinking thing. Was not so bad yesterday since I knew I needed to wash my dishes. You know, it was a quick situation every time, just a few minutes. Wash the dishes when you're done with them. Not like yesterday morning. I mean, I don't even know. I did so many dishes yesterday morning. The worst is the silverware. That's the worst, in my opinion. When that's all, the dishwasher was full of silverware. That wasn't fun. The only thing I can say about this that might be a problem is that I've made it so thick with all these layers of paper bag, it might be hard to fold. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. And we want it to kind of be, so we want it to be a folio. So like a fold this way and a fold this way. But I also know that I'm putting it on this. So I feel like I want to line it up to this and get an idea of my fold based on this. I think. So how many inches would that be? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I did that, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, the last one would be about 3.5 inches. I say perfect. That's what I say. So I wonder, I think what I'm gonna do, because this is thick, you guys, I'm gonna mark it about 4 inches here, and 1, 2. It's kind of, sometimes it's hard to eyeball 4 inches when you see all those squares on there. It's kind of, woo. I'm gonna take this. Where are my lines? There's that one and that one. I guess I could have just left it on the mat and done it that way. I think what I'm gonna do is try and do it this way. It's bunching up a little bit. Okay, take that out. It's okay. I don't mind it bunched up. I think it makes it look pretty cool. And then I will do it again. I'm gonna line it up. I'm trying to line it up. I don't know if you can see. Yes, my fingers, I can see. I'm looking in my camera. Okay. Silence. Okay. And then I'll try and do it this way. Okay, so that, okay, that's good. That's good. Go ahead and squish this down. So then I'm going to take my inker and get that edge. On both sides. All right, so then this will go over the top. So it's like another layer and, you know, protective thing for all this stuff. So then, and it's kind of crumpled up and stuff like that, but I don't mind that. I don't know how you'd avoid it, but if you mind it, then avoid it. I don't know how. And then you also, so like I said, you can put glue down in here to kind of glue those closed. I don't think that I'm going to, just because when it's folded, it's gonna keep things where they're supposed to be anyway. Okay, so then there was a flap on the front, and I had intended to take this flap right here and glue it underneath my page. I forgot. That's okay. We're just gonna glue it down right here, and it's gonna be just fine. So, but I do need to ink it because I can see it and it's not inked. I hadn't inked it because it wasn't going to be visible, but I forgot. It's all right. So that will be down like that. Okay. This is a pocket. So I am going to take my glue and just close that up. It's not perfect. The fold isn't, I can tell as I'm playing with it. The only thing about this is there's not a torn edge on this side. But that's all right. And then we're going to decorate it with this. Now this is paper that Colleen sent me. Okay. They can go all the way to the edge. I don't know. I think I kind of like it all the way to the edge. I think I do. Yeah. Okay. Lots of glue, maybe more than I need. I don't know what I am going to put inside of this pocket yet. No idea. I just thought it would be good to get this done. I have, so, you know, she sent me lots of ephemera, and I thought, you know, I want to make this. I want to use some of that ephemera in this. So before I use up all my ephemera in the journal part of it, I'm going to make this and fill this up. So one of the things that she had done, I don't know that she used exactly these ones, but so she, you know, took and put these down inside. So lots you can put in there, and then of course you can double them up. Those are the same. Don't want to double up the same ones. You know, whatever. I don't have enough to do. Oh yes, I do. Look at that. I don't know if I'll leave it like that. Maybe. Those are the same. How cool. Now, I'll do something different in here because this might get lost down in there if I try to, but you get the idea. And then it goes over the top. Now it's nice and like sturdy. And then she had sent me this tool. I think that's what you call this. And it would close the whole thing down. And I think it looks very nice. I might go around that twice so that the bow is a little different, but let's see. Anyway, not like that for sure, but you know what I mean. So I like the little folio covering it. I think it's really cute. Thank you for the idea, Colleen. You guys, I will put the video of her making hers in my description box, so please go over and check her out. You can put another pocket here if you want or whatever. How much fun. I like that. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.